Large trucks turning right onto a street with 2 lanes in each direction. A. Will take a sharp right turn. B. Always have the right of way. C. Will always stay completely in their lane. D. May swing left to begin the turn. Large trucks turning right onto a street with 2 lanes in each direction. D. May swing left to begin the turn. It is important to know how to drive when sharing the road with a large truck. One of the most important things to remember is how large trucks need to complete certain turns. Since the rear wheels of a vehicle follow a shorter path than the front wheels, the driver of the large truck needs to make adjustments in order to complete the turn and stay on the road. When a large truck needs to make a right turn, it will often need to swing wide to the left into the adjacent lane in order to complete it. If your vehicle begins to hydroplane, you should A. Change lanes to try to get into a drier area of the road. B. Slow down quickly by applying the brakes. C. Slow down gradually by releasing the gas pedal. D. Speed up so your tires are able to grip the road. If your vehicle begins to hydroplane, you should C. Slow down gradually by releasing the gas pedal. Hydroplaning occurs when your tires lose traction with the surface of the road and begin to plane on the film of water that has collected. Turning the steering wheel, using your brakes, or trying to speed up after your vehicle is already hydroplaning can cause you to lose control. The best thing to do if your vehicle begins to hydroplane is to release the gas pedal so you start to slow down until your tires regain traction with the road. When you are driving at 55 miles per hour, you will need a stopping distance of about A. 50 to 200 feet. B. 150 to 250 feet. C. 250 to 300 feet. D. 500 to 750 feet. When you are driving at 55 miles per hour, you will need a stopping distance of about C. 250 to 300 feet. A vehicle's stopping distance relies on a few factors, including how long it takes the driver to perceive the need to stop, how long it takes the driver to react and apply the brakes, the physical distance to stop the vehicle. At 55 miles per hour, the total distance it takes for a passenger vehicle to come to a complete stop is about 250 to 300 feet, depending on the condition of the road's surface. A vehicle suddenly cuts in front of you, creating a hazard. What should you do first? A. Honk your horn. B. Change lanes. C. Slam on the brake. D. Take your foot off the gas pedal. A vehicle suddenly cuts in front of you, creating a hazard. What should you do first? D. Take your foot off the gas pedal. If a vehicle suddenly cuts too closely in front of you while driving, the first thing you should do is to take your foot off the gas pedal. This will allow you to create some space between your vehicle and the vehicle in front of you without having to slam on the brakes or quickly change lanes. While driving, if you need to use your cell phone, you should A. Continue driving normally. B. Stop driving immediately to use your cell phone. C. Slow down, but continue driving. D. Pull over to a safe space and stop driving. While driving, if you need to use your cell phone, you should D. Pull over to a safe space and stop driving. Using a cell phone while driving is one of the most distracting things that you can do. In many states, using a handheld device while driving is also illegal, and can result in traffic tickets, fines, and driving record points. The safest thing to do when you need to use your cell phone while you are driving is to pull over to a safe place off of the road, put your car in park, and stop driving. If you drive faster than other vehicles on a road with 1 lane in each direction, A. You won't have any tailgaters. B. You'll reach your destination faster. C. You'll increase the risk of a collision. D. Other drivers must yield to you when you want to pass. If you drive faster than other vehicles on a road with 1 lane in each direction, C. You'll increase the risk of a collision. Driving faster than the normal flow of other traffic and constantly passing other vehicles on 2 lane, two-way roads greatly increases the risk of a collision. If traffic is busy, you should reduce your speed. You are driving on a dry road, and it begins to rain. You should A. Drive no slower than 25 miles per hour. B. Drive no faster than 25 miles per hour. C. Speed up before the road gets too slippery. D. Slow down because this is typically when the road is most slippery. You are driving on a dry road, and it begins to rain. You should D. Slow down because this is typically when the road is most slippery. When it is raining, the road is typically the most slippery during the first 10 to 15 minutes of rain. This is due to water mixing with oil that has collected in the pavement, making for slicker conditions. Whenever it begins to rain, you should use more caution as you drive and stay alert. When you hear a siren coming, you should A. Continue driving normally. B. Speed up to get out of the emergency vehicle's way. C. Pull to the right side of the road and stop until it passes. D. Slow down, but continue driving. When you hear a siren coming, you should C. Pull to the right side of the road and stop until it passes. If you hear a siren approaching, that means an emergency vehicle is responding to an emergency. Drivers are required to pull over and stop until the emergency vehicles have safely passed. Additionally, drivers cannot follow too closely behind an emergency vehicle with its lights or sirens on. If you hear an emergency vehicle approaching while you are still in an intersection, wait until you have crossed the intersection and then find a place to pull over and stop. In a school zone, when must a driver stop? A. When children are crossing the street. B. When a school bus is stopped with its red lights flashing. C. When instructed to do so by a crossing guard. D. In all of these situations. In a school zone, when must a driver stop? D. In all of these situations. School zones are places where drivers need to use extra caution, scan the road around them, and obey all traffic signs and warnings. School zones can be a dangerous area due to the fact that small children may be entering the road. Additionally, traffic in school zones can get backed up as parents pick up and drop off their kids. It is highly important to slow down and stop when necessary in order to keep the children and school faculty safe. If an oncoming driver is heading toward you in your lane, you should A. Honk your horn, steer towards the left side of the road, and use the brakes to slow down. B. Honk your horn, steer towards the right side of the road, and use the brakes to slow down. C. Slam on the brakes. D. Flash your headlights. If an oncoming driver is heading toward you in your lane, you should B. Honk your horn, steer towards the right side of the road, and use the brakes to slow down. Your number one priority in the event of a potential head-on crash will be to avoid the collision altogether. Heading towards the right side of the road is typically the best route. If you head towards the left, the driver may correct their steering and still hit you. If you cannot avoid a collision, being able to reduce your speed can reduce the force of the impact. Great job! Here are some of your next steps to getting your learner's permit or driver's license. Read and study the official driver handbook from your state DMV. Take more free practice tests at puedomanejar.com. Gather all your necessary forms and documents before you visit the DMV office. Before you know it, you'll be driving in your very own car all by yourself. puedomanejar.com. Free DMV practice tests and much more to help you pass your real exams. Visit us today.